You know, another BMF title fight that lived up to the hype, right? The two guys go in there and leaving it all in the octagon. Give us your thoughts on the fight and how it played out.
Yeah, I mean, it was an incredible fight. I thought going into the last round, the fight was closer than the judges had it, but yeah, I mean, it lived up to what it was supposed to be. The card did. The card was great.
Fantastic. When you see Max do his point at the ground in the last 10 seconds, is there any part of you that thinks, just as a fight fan, like, you're going to have to stop doing this eventually?
No, I go, oh, hell yeah. You know, and me and my crew were talking about it earlier tonight before we came to the fights. Like, everybody acts like they want to do that. They don't want to do it. Max is like the only guy that actually wants to do that. And it's one of the million reasons why people love him.
What did you think when Dustin went for his guillotine at the end of round 2? Similar sort of reaction?
Yeah, I mean, there were so many of those moments in that fight where either guy could have won.
Do you look at Dustin's performance tonight? Because obviously, look, he's competing with one of the best in the world, and think to yourself, yeah, maybe he started to slow down towards the end and it's right to walk away? Or do you think, you know, he could probably still fight against these guys and win?
Well, I've been saying that all week. I mean, they're both ranked number 4 and 5 in probably the nastiest division in the sport. But, you know me, when you think you should retire, you probably should.
As far as for Max, right, he's an interesting situation because the champion of his division is the guy he lost to in the other division. So does he have to work a little bit harder to get that rematch back, or do you think a performance like this shoes him right up there?
I think he's in a great position right now. He just defends that BMF title. He's ranked number 4 in the world there, and anything is possible for Max right now.
Yeah, I don't want to put you on the spot. Do you think Ilia has done enough to fight Max for the BMF title and the lightweight title at the same time?
Yes, I do.
Fair enough. What were your thoughts on Kevin Holland and the D-Rod fight? You know, kind of crazy, kind of a bit sloppy, but very entertaining. Give us your thoughts on that fight.
Yeah, I thought it was incredible. I don't know if I ever saw sloppy, but you know, those were two guys that were absolutely they were in a war. And a couple times I felt like both of them were tired, but they dug deep and fought their asses off. Incredible fight.
Obviously, this week's been a great week.
They didn't win, but yeah, they're both going to do really well.
Just more on Dustin, like he's someone that surely will be in the UFC Hall of Fame at some point down the line, right?
Yeah, listen, this is a kid that, I mean, you look at his last 11 fights and who he's fought, and, you know, always comes to fight, good guy to deal with, and, yeah, he could be.
And I know you said, like, if you think you should walk away, you should, but can you respect at least, like, his reasoning, too, as well, that he's saying, you know, he doesn't want to be one of those guys where the sport retires him and he wants to be able to, like, attend his daughter's wedding, all these sorts of things later in life?
I don't ever question when a guy says he wants to retire. Other than, I think Khabib and Cormier are the two guys that I've ever said, I don't know if, you know, it's time, but, yeah, that's totally up to him. This is a rough sport. He fought a rough fight tonight, and, yeah, I mean, the way tonight went, retiring seems like the right thing to do.
Yeah. Did you score it the same way as the judges when he walked past press row? He said to me that he thought it was closer than they had.
Who did?
Dustin.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure he did. I did, too. I just said it when I started the press conference. I thought going into the last round it was a lot closer than they had it.
As Kayla Harrison was saying yesterday at our Q&A that she would love for you guys to give Amanda Nunes an exemption from the full 6 months of testing so she can fight her sooner. Is that something you'd consider?
I don't know. Definitely look into it. I don't hate it.
Yeah. And obviously the next pay-per-view is Dricus and Hamzat. Just how big is that fight in your mind for the middleweight division? We've been waiting forever to see Hamzat finally compete for a championship.
Yeah, it's big, and it's big to be back in Chicago, sold out. Yeah, it's going to be a fun one. I got a feeling that's going to be very much like tonight. You know, how about, I can't remember, second round or something. The crowd was so loud that the ref couldn't hear the bell, and you know what I mean, went like another 5 seconds longer than it should have. But yeah, I expect Chicago to be that way too.
And I know you've got a lot of questions about the White House card potentially. Conor McGregor has said he's back in the pool with hopes of potentially fighting on that like a year from now. And then Nate Diaz said he would love to be the opponent. I know you've said that trilogy is something you could do anytime and it would make sense. Are you interested in doing business with Nate Diaz?
I love Nate. That fight's a year away, so I'm not even thinking about anything right now. The landscape will change so much by next 4th of July. You know, who knows what's going to happen? Who knows who's going to be on the card, or what the main event will be, or who will hold all the titles, and everything could be completely different. So it's not even worth thinking about it right now.
And John Jones says he wants to be on there too, and he says he would fight whoever the champion is at that time. But would you be okay with him like coming back and potentially winning that belt again? And you might have to go through.
Well, it's not even about him winning the belt. I mean, you know how I felt about him. I can't risk putting him in big positions, in a big spot, and have something go wrong.
Fair enough.
Yeah, especially the White House card.
Two fan favorites in the lightweight division, Charles Oliveira and Max Holloway. They both lost to the champion. Ilia, are you open to doing a Max Holloway-Charles Oliveira fight for the BMF belt?
Anything's possible. I liked his idea, I like your idea. The great thing about that division is there's so many incredible fights that you can do. You know, you have Ilia, who's the champion. You got him with a BMF belt, and there's a lot of things we can do.
Does it make you proud to see someone like Dustin and Max? They have over 60 combined fights in the UFC. Does it make you proud to, like, even you grew up with them together and see how far they come? They always performed, always made weight. Does it make you proud, like, to have two fighters like that on the roster?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's why. I mean, that's why. You know, all of you guys and myself, and you know, if you look at the way we celebrated him tonight on television, you guys probably didn't see it, but you see a lot of stuff. Even Mark Zuckerberg had posted about, you know, how we told the story of Dustin Poirier tonight. Yeah, we have a lot of respect for him, proud of him, and same thing with Max.
How big is the possibility that we ever see a podcast on Joe Rogan, you, Joe Rogan, and Conor McGregor?
Probably never. Probably never.
Thank you, Dana. Great
All right.
show tonight.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Dana, now that Dustin's career is said and done, what do you want people to take away from not just his career, but also the growth that he had from the time that he started up to now?
Yeah, well, like I said, I think tonight, you know, we celebrated Dustin, you know, on the broadcast, and then to have the fight here in front of his, you know, his people, and they showed up, and they, you know, they made the event really fun tonight. My girl Amber was saying to me, I was already in the back room, and she said not one person has left this arena when he was still out there talking. That's pretty special. I mean, you guys know you've done enough fights. Before Rogan even gets up into the octagon, half the place is gone. So the fact that they all stayed here for him tonight, showed up for him tonight, broke the arena record tonight, the list goes on and on. Big night for him.
Could you, obviously don't expect you to mention any names, but if another fighter who you thought in the same regard as Dustin came to you and said, I want to do a retirement fight in my hometown, like, would you try to effort on doing something like this again?
Well, we always try to, you know, there's guys who, you know, start to work their way up and they want to fight in their hometowns. Some guys who become big don't want anything to do with fighting in their hometowns. You know, there's a lot of different feelings about it. But yeah, I mean, we always try to figure stuff out if guys want it, but it's not always possible to say, okay, we'll give you a retirement fight in your hometown and you don't have the title, or, you know, you could do a fight night or something like that, but yeah, we would always try to do it.
Yeah, a lot of stars got to align. I don't know if you were asked about Patricio Pitbull, 2 fights in. What do you think of what he's done here?
What was the question?
Patricio Pitbull.
Yeah.
What do you think of his win tonight and just what he's, you know, 1-1 so far in the UFC?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to come to the UFC, and you know, it's a lot of pressure. You know, I don't care how many times you fought and what you've done. It's a different vibe when you come here, and you know, yeah. Cool. Thanks. Have a good night, and thank you, New Orleans. It was awesome.